timing's too tempting to say no to for Ranger. It's not there just yet, though. And the supply, I mean, oh man, the Archons with batteries are really exactly what Probe needs, and he's just got them up. The fourth base does look a bit exposed right now, though. Don't think he's got any batteries up there yet. This might have to be a cancel.
Yeah, gonna have to be a cancel indeed. Probe, again, just kind of needs to sit in his shell and wait. Hope for Ranger to overextend and take a good trade.
Stalker's going to start picking off. Looks like a good, maybe observer snipe, I guess that probably was for Probe there. And yeah, pulls back the Archon, keeps it alive. Stalker's skirmishing right now. He doesn't have nearly as many as Ranger. Ranger's really heavy on the Stalkers, so they're very good at skirmishing like this. They're not good in a pitched battle. Stalkers are one of the least cost-efficient units in a big fight. But when you're handling them like this and just picking off Zealots for free, very nice.
Probe trying to head towards getting a few Immortals of his own and actually going into Robo Bay here for Disruptors. And Disruptors can really be the equalizer, but he needs to get there.
Yeah.
Ranger's still a looming threat right now.
Oh, big blink forward for Ranger. Battery overcharge is gone. The Archon's doing massive damage to those Zealots on the left, but the numbers advantage is there for Ranger. He is so far ahead on the numbers. Ooh. The Archon splash is massive, though.
Yeah, Archons did amazingly against the charge loss, but does it matter? It doesn't look like it. Ranger still with a big number advantage here. Rolling in through the static defense of Probe. A couple more charge loss coming in from downtown. Ranger reinforcing from a pretty conservative location there, and Probe forced to tap. Not happy at all with how that game went. Throwing down iron. No, two more Probes go down. It's not the end of the world, but I mean, what really sucks for Ranger being down 12 workers here in the mirror matchup. No third inside. He's just about to start his, but Probes is a quarter of the way done. Probe's got a head start on the Forge. Feels like his mid game is already on the horizon here. And Ranger still stuck in the early game. Does have a lot of Stalkers. A big army supply advantage for Ranger. And that might make the difference for him here.
Stalker's massing up on the third base right now. Probe, it's down 13 army supply at this moment. This is a scary push. If he can get the battery up, the Nexus for overcharge will be big. He blinks forward.
What a blink.
Wow, very ballsy from Probe. DT's in the natural at the same time, doing massive economic damage. Ranger is completely all in, and Probe realizes it. He's just got to hold on here.
You think he might just have to give up the third and pull back, or does he have to hold right here, right now?
I mean, he could pull back and still be okay, but if he holds here, the game is over, and he feels he can hold, so he's going to try and just really stall it out. Battery overcharge coming in is big, and look at the placement. No way Ranger can get that. Oh, wow. Beautiful play by Probe.
Nice.
He is now taking the army supply lead. The Immortal is out on the map. It's going to waddle its way over here, and these Stalkers already seem to have this under control.
It does. The Immortal's just going to put the nail in the coffin here for Ranger for game 2, and it doesn't even need to show its face. The Stalker's got the job done. GG, and Probe has tied it up with a very clean-looking game 2. Love the decisiveness on that Probe pull defensively in the natural. Really love the idea of going for a proxy Dark Shrine, playing against his image a little bit, and getting inside Ranger's head. Now Ranger is going to be thinking not just about, you know, regular macro PvP, but also this guy can cheese. This closer there for a second.
Link is now being added for Probe. He's got his own disruptors on the way, but right now Ranger's army is pretty scary. Notice the way Probe split, though. He's got a flanking force on the left side. He's coming in. That's going to be the sandwich. The bottom piece of bread coming in. He wants Ranger to be the salami.
Oops. Zealot zig when they should have zagged there.
Ooh, good couple of disruptor shots, getting some value Zealot hits, and it's not bad at all. I think Probe is realizing, hey, just counterattack with this, and I can use disruptors with that smaller army to defend. So very... Oh, he's got to pull back, though. He's got to be careful. Oh, big shot.
Oh! Good splits. Ranger. Beautiful stuff there, micro-wise on the front lines.
Oh, there is a reason why our mums and dads taught us about Ranger Danger Maynard, and that is it. That split was absolutely amazing. Done at the last second. Didn't let a single unit get hit. Unfortunately for him, he's massively outnumbered at home, even with that army on the front looking very good. It's hard to just immediately break through, and yet there's so much urgency here. He needs to break him right now.
Oh my god, Ranger's disruptors have been absolutely fantastic. Is it enough though? It still doesn't. I'm not convinced just yet, but if he keeps getting nothing but beautiful disruptor novas, maybe, just maybe. Oh, dude.
Probe self-firing on himself there a little bit. Now. Doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
Probe likes to do that when he's winning games. He's done it many times over the years. We all have. Cakes out 5 of his own Zealots. They were traitors anyway. They were talking smack about their great lord, glorious leader, Probiest with the mostiest.
That's right, a bunch of slacker Zealots. Get him out of here.
Dude, Ranger's micro. Everybody's got like a few units left, but he's so down. It's always there. He's always microing. Probe says, I can split too, guys. Come on, shout about my moves.
Well, Ranger lost no units, and you lost 2 zealots there. So there. But a game, Probe. Well played from Probe. Very nicely done. Getting 2 map wins in a row. You would think that he lost that game the other way. So
it feels like he's all in though on 2 base, right? How many? Is it only 4 gateways for Ranger? How many gates does he have?
I thought 4.
Yeah, only 4 gates. He's got a giant army advantage right now, but the army is so good at killing stalkers for Probe. That being said, the Robo is exposed. Oh, that is huge.
Cutting off the Immortal production here and Observer production. Oh, nearly getting a Void. Not quite. Oops.
Oh, does lose 2 stalkers, but still, he almost gets a Void, takes out the Robo, which is massive. And even though charge is kicking in, there's not many gateways for it. This is really scary right now. The force fields, Ranger! Oh, you dirty boy. Look at what you've done here. Well executed. He catches Probe out of position and locks him in his base.
Yeah. These Void Rays are so damaged, they really can't come out any further. They're out of shield battery range now. Ranger still has this concave, but he's pulling back, really kind of respecting the Immortal difference here, the Probe difference.
Immortal Void Ray is very scary against Stalkers. If you got some Zealots up front to tank against the Immortals, and you can, one-shot the Voids, it's not too bad. Probe, though, he's got +2 on the way. Ranger has no upgrades. Ranger is super all in on this. He's going to blink forward, but not quite able to one-shot the Immortals. He split fires to finish them off. The Void Ray disappears as well. And the other Void Ray, absolutely savage timing. This is just before the first Zealot Warpins are coming in. 6 gateways are morphing into Warp Gates right now. Probe will be warping in a lot of Zealots, but he's lost the core of his army, which means the Stalkers can kite those down.
And Ranger might have just threaded the needle here. It's very, very close, very, very precise, but he's kind of found the one moment for Probe when he's weak.
Wow, what a crazy commitment, but by golly, does it pay off, Maynard. Another Immortal will pop out from the new Robo in the main, unless he's got a pack of Zealots to support it. You see here, all the gateways are coming up, a couple of Zealots, but look at that, he just blinks back down on the Stalkers. Oh, lovely control by Ranger, not sitting and fighting in any bad situations. Of course, he is a double the army supply. More Stalkers warping in as well. His third base is up. He's on 54 probes. Ranger creating advantages for himself where it didn't seem there were any. And Probe, unfortunately, in the back seat, and he has to tap out.
And we are going to go to game 5. All right. The whole distance going for Ranger and Probe. And, these wins from Ranger, I'm the one that picked him to win here. It feels like the wins from Ranger have been sort of balanced on a bit of a precipice. They are very, very, very dangerous wins from carriers producing now for Ranger. How do you feel about this? Putting some resources into carriers right now. Probe actually is maxed and is banking up. Got to wonder what the plan is for the bank. I guess just remaxing on gateway units. That's all he's got access to. Big blink forward there from Probe. Disruptors firing from Ranger. Probe taking big losses to the Disruptors. Ranger starting to get some lovely connections now.
A lot of the Disruptors do get picked off by the Zealots, though, while they're getting those shots off. Recall goes down, but not before another Disruptor does fall. Probe's still got a big army, and he can remax rather easily. Carriers are amazing, Maynard, to answer that earlier question. If he can get 4 of them out, I think they'll really mess up Probe's units. They're so good at...
Ranger is starting to show some... starting to bear fruit. And it takes a long time to get up to a scary number of carriers when you're making him 2 at a time on a bank that's not that great. But he's getting there. And now his army is not that bad. Although the Stalkers find the carriers kind of exposed. Big blink forward to the Disruptor. He hasn't killed the carriers just yet. Gets 1, gets 2. Big pickups there for Probe.
The Zealots need to get on top of the Disruptors so that he can blink forward. He's just fighting Interceptors right now. Not an amazing fight for Probe, but not a terrible one either. The Stalkers do get some damage on this Nexus that's going up Probe. Probe fighting this is just so scary.
I mean, the carriers also got +2, so they're hitting pretty hard. Disruptors from the downtown. Could be a good connection. Just gets the 1 there.
Gonna try and jump on it. The Zealots getting really good hits, but good Disruptor landing on those Zealots as well. Stalker Disruptor has to pull back here for Probe. He's trying to throw his own Disruptor shots out. Zealots running in on his new 6th base. Probe floundering a little bit at this moment, this key moment. Game 5, it's been such an intense series. These guys have been working themselves to the bone in this one, but it looks like Ranger's going to force the fight. He is down about 15 to 20 army supply. Probe blinks and takes out number 1 Disruptor. A giant!
Probe.
Huge Disruptor shots from Ranger landing all over Probe's Stalkers. I think he needed to go in with his Zealots first, take out the enemy Disruptors, and then go
Ranger.
in.
He's got it. He's smiling. He knows that he just took an incredible trade. Rangers' big
Wow.
forces are still in the sky. They are largely untouched. He only lost one carrier there.
There's not enough gateways for Probe. He can't remax. He had 4 robos. He did not have that many gateways. He's warped in some stalkers, but dude, this is an incredible fight for Ranger. He is up 50 supply right now, and Probe was just unable to break him. This is the defense of Stargaze. I'm telling you, Probe strategy on any other map, maybe it worked, but on Stargaze's, Ranger's defense was just too good. He locked everything down. He would not let him in. Yes, there were some amazing disruptor shots for Probe, but there was no ability to close in with the Zealots, the DTs, the Stalkers to finish the deal. And now Probe finds himself spending the last bits of his bank. I mean, he can make a good 10 Archons with that gas bank, but Archons are just absolute disruptor magnets.
Yeah, dude. Wow, what a game from Ranger. I feel like he was against the ropes for like 70 to 80% of this game. It's this 25-minute PvP. Ranger, somehow, some way, managing to get to that critical mass of carriers, finding those big moves when that needed to happen.
Oh, this is just a huge turnaround. I can't believe he's done this, man. This is insane.
Can't believe he's done this.
T-Bull had a crazy comeback versus Mio. Micah yesterday in one of his games, or sorry, not that T. I'm getting confused about my games. But anyway, there was a crazy comeback yesterday. This one is even more insane. This is wild. Ranger was pretty much completely dead, and he punches his way out of the grave. Dude, feeling